This is the general reading for Gemini. It's going to be kind of like this soul journey reading. However, it does include love as well. This is for, I'm going to put it for January, but it's for the energies of end of December and January. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and if you have that significantly in your chart, if you're a cross watcher, or if you're just drawn to this video. Also, for a more complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any significant placements in your chart, or any of my other videos that you're drawn to. Some, none, or all of this may apply. Apply it to your life as necessary. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. The energy could flip-flop. I could read it as one thing. It could be another. I could read it for you. It could be somebody else's energy I'm picking up on. I could read it as love. It could be your work. Just take what fits and leave the rest. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. So I'm sticking this in because I forgot to say it. I wanted to let you know of my specials too. One of them I'm extending from November, extending to December of 2018 and January of 2019, just because there was a lot going on in my life. There was a lot of also rough energies, a very introspective time. I wasn't able to get as many videos out as I would have liked to have. It's still introspective, but it's lessened a little and I'm pushing through. But anyways, if you purchase a live reading in December 2018 or January of 2019, a live reading at the normal price, then you get a free 25 to 30 minute energy session, which is like for help you go towards your body to heal itself, energy removal, block removal, for distant or in person holy fire Reiki, Archangel therapy session, or access consciousness bar session, which, you know, kind of helps declutter your mind, your patterns, your old ways of thinking, limiting beliefs. Also, like how a computer becomes like slowed down over time and you have to clear it out. Same principle. I also light a candle for intention while I'm doing it to kind of help zone in the energy that I set the intention to help move energies, unblock energies, remove anything, or help bring in anything towards your life that is for your highest good. So I do that while I'm doing the energy session. That candle burns. It's your candle alone. It burns all the way down. And also the other special is, which you can use that, you have to pay within those months, December 2018, January 2019. You can use it whenever you want. You can also use the reading or gift the energy session or vice versa, whatever. The other special is 10% off any service of mine. Normally it's 10% off too, but for the holidays and just what I'm deciding to do right now is 10% off any service of mine. And then I also have other specials too you can look at where it's like buy 3, get the 4th free of equal lesser value, all that. You cannot combine offers. So it's one or the other, but just giving you some options of things you can work with and letting you know what's going on. Also, thank you for those of you who have donated to the channel. Also services, even the commenting and liking, any type of participation, any of that really means a lot to me also for how I'm trying to help my healing journey, especially the services and the donation, because any money that I make goes towards my further healing and learning. I'm learning shamanism, start my training in January, and then in the summer I will start plant spirit medicine training, which I think is over a period of like 2 years. That will further help me heal, but then also I will be able to give back and be able to help other people, even distant wise like this, as people are ascending in their journeys, and that's really important to me. So anyways, it helps with that. But if not, at least let somebody know. Any little bit helps, by the way, and I'll do a video on this to further explain it. But even liking and commenting, like I love reading your guys' comments, even if I can't always respond to them. So I'm just letting you know that too, though, about that, because people have asked me for my email address or my PayPal information for donating. Everything's in the description box below. So if you're interested in anything about services, reaching out to me, you can also always comment. Anything like that, my email address, PayPal, everything that you need to know is in the description box below. And please look at it all. It has pretty much almost everything you need to know about services. But of course, if you need help, please email me. But most people kind of wait, and then they get to my email, and then they just email me, and then they don't finish reading. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I probably won't do straight up love readings this month. I might, if I get done with everything early enough in January, then I might actually do them or do a different type. But yeah, I'm just trying to get everything out because I've been very introspective energies going on, and a lot I've really had to go through. I mean, kind of a transition period and getting a lot done. I've got, if you're one of the like 2 people I have left also waiting on their Reiki session, it should be done within the next day or 2. So I've been working on those. So yeah, anyways, thanks. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Hit me up for any services if you need to. Check it out in the description box below. I think that's everything I need to say. Oh well. So Gemini. A lot of people right now, especially because it's the end of the year and they're trying, a lot of the energies are really trying to get people to clear a lot out before going into the new year. Especially once, you know, Uranus comes back and sits in Taurus again and pushes people forward. You're really going to want to know what you're doing, or at least have a little bit more of an idea of what you're doing. But it's very clear that you're ending a cycle here and you're being pushed to do that. This could be just within your life, but this very much looks like some type of relationship, interest, situationship. It could be career. I do think it's going to benefit you career-wise, absolutely, but something that's really important to you at the very least. And it's like you're sitting here waiting on, you're either waiting on an offer. Okay, so you're either waiting on an offer or you're wanting to give an offer of some type, something that's either important to you or some type of love offer, something that is a coming together that will make you happy. It will make you feel balanced. You know, it's like that celebration. It's something that you've really wanted. And the thing that's crossing you is the Judgment card. So something that you're not seeing, I mean, this could be, you know, Judgment is also about renewals or reunion, like, you know, some relationship or situation starting up again. Maybe there was conflict that led this to split up, or a lot of competition that led this to split up, and you're wanting and hoping for this to come back together. I really get, though, that either there's something you're not seeing, and it's that there's something spiritually conflicted in you as well, but conflict going on around you and competition also going on in this situation. I feel like there's something you're not seeing, is mostly the feeling I get from this. It could be that why it's held up, or that you're not seeing this situation properly. And I think some people it's going to be one, and some people it's going to be the other. Either way, the advice is the same. I think for most people it's going to be there's something you're not seeing. And that it's that there's something better. It's not supposed to be on your path. This may have be like a karmic type of lesson that you're supposed to learn. What's in your foundation is the King of Wands. So it could be you taking action, or Like you wanting to take action to cause some type of balance or you getting what you want. But I more get that this may be the same character you're waiting on, this Knight of Cups up here. And clarifying the Knight of Wands is the Ace of Wands and the Justice card. And then you also have, I mean, this belongs to something else, but the way it's sitting is like this. So this is like a commitment card right here, and then Deceit. So I don't even know, honestly. I mean, like I said, that card goes to something else, which I'll show you that too. But just the way it's sitting is like, maybe in the past, you know, this didn't lead to a good level of commitment, or there was deception in the past, and maybe you were wronged. So you either never got what you want and you want it and you felt like you were wronged, or there was competition and conflict, stuff that happened that it never really got to the emotional maturity you were really wanting it to get to, which is really this, you know, this level, which could be marriage, family, I don't know, like a gathering, a get together, like stability between the two of you. And whether it was conflict, just difference of energies between the two of you, competition. I get a lot. There was competition too. Like this person, if you guys were together before and something happened when you guys split up, you know, they weren't at the level that you were at. They didn't want what you wanted, no matter what they presented to you. Like, because they might have literally presented like this story to you with this Four of Wands, or that's at least the way you saw it, one or the other. And that's not what they wanted. You know, they were still in that having fun, in love with love, you know, not in love the long haul, in love with love when it's good, when it's passionate, when it's spicy, when it's exciting, when it's fun. When it starts to transition out of that and, you know, the facade or the mask comes off and it gets real, when you're really standing there really as you and they're really standing there really as them, and life happens. I don't think this person was there. I don't think you saw that they had other possibilities. I don't think you saw that they saw other possibilities. I don't think you even saw your other possibilities. But this person was not committed, you know? So I don't know if you take that personally or not, but don't. That has no reflection on you. It was just where they were at the time. So, I don't know. You may be waiting for this to come back around because it was your happiness, or you want to be balanced. Like it wasn't fair. You want things to be made right. This situation was very much a karmic situation for you. It was something for you to learn from, though. But it was to learn something. And you're getting an opportunity coming soon. It's now, too, but it's coming soon, where you're going to have your new beginning again. So you're going to kind of be faced in this situation or opportunity again, where you have that energy of a new beginning. And it's really going to be looking at you like, did you learn your lesson? And when you have this energy for this new beginning, what are you going to choose to do with it? What are you going to invest that energy into? And I think that's really, you know, an important, I mean, this is the foundation of your reading. So where are you going to choose to commit to invest this energy? In something that's good and lucrative in the long term for you, or something that is in and out or really good short term, but it peters out very quickly. Like a Knight of Wands, it's not long lasting. So we'll hit back on that if we need to, but this is a big thing of your energy of as it's turning, what are you going to do, Gemini? In your recent past, you have the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe something that really made you happy or was very lucrative. I get that, you know, you invested a lot of time. You invested a lot into it. And it's really not working or isn't a new opportunity for you, or it was no longer an opportunity. I don't know if I think it was just very clear it's not an opportunity. You might have tried to invest a lot of time into it. You probably have already invested a lot of time, and it's like, do I invest more? It's not looking too good, but you're kind of stuck there. You're starting to see, like, here's the light coming in. Here's the Hangman energy. She's like thawing out. So she's starting to become unfrozen. So you're starting to turn, which is why this is very important for you to know. Because you're starting to unthaw. You're starting to get to where you're going to move and make action. And you're really kind of being guided like, hey, let's try to make sure Gemini's a little bit more on the right track this time. So when they move forward, they're moving into a good way, something that really pays off for them and not something that leaves in like the Three of Swords or something. Or feeling like an injustice was done, or that they didn't get what they want, or that they didn't get what they deserved. So you're starting to see, like, see, here's one flower. You're starting to see, you're starting to get thawed out. You're like, okay, I'm starting to get it. Which kind of really matches with what's crossing you, because this is like full-blown coming in, not even just a little bit. And there's a bunch of little flowers down here. So this is you fully seeing. Then that's what's crossing you. That's why you're kind of still in this Knight of Cups, and Four of Wands, because you're only a little bit seeing. It's still a little hanging on as like a hope or where you are. What's crowning it, or what's in your thoughts, is, you know, and this really kind of fits like the Gemini mind frame too, is you have, sorry, let me get it up, the Empress and the Queen of Swords. So kind of like this. And I get a lot from this. I'll show you this first. The Empress, what's clarifying that on it is the Hanged Man. So you're in the process of coming to this Empress energy. That's what this other Hanged Man is about. You're starting to transition and turn to this Empress energy. And then clarifying the Queen of Swords is the Three of Wands. One thing I really also get from this is, let's see if I can hold this up properly. If it's like this, if you work on putting yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to see something differently, you're going to be able to transition more into this Empress energy, this one. But if you insist on waiting, you're going to sit more and more. And not that the Queen of Swords is bad, but she's just getting, I mean, look at like warmth, love, abundance, balance. Like it's just cold, you know, it's just she's getting more and more like angry and resentful. So, you know, you have a choice here, and this is probably the two sides of you too, as a Gemini, but you have two options here. You can move forward, basically is what it's going to come down to. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to see a different perspective, which moves you into this Empress energy. Or you could continue to wait, and you will become more and more resentful, hard, angry, just not good. I mean, yeah, you'll be able to decipher energies and cut them off and everything, but So can the Empress. Because she knows her worth. She knows what she's doing and what she's not doing, and is like, why am I doing this again? Like, what is reinforcing that I should sit here and wait? Like, what am I receiving that shows this is a good thing to sit and wait on? Like, currently. Not anything in the past. Not what I'm wanting it to be. Like, potential or always almost type stuff. Like, what is actually going on currently that's making this a good decision? That's justifying this action. Because this is where you're going to end up. Because it seems to me everything that I see is upholding this. And in my opinion, what that Hanged Man looks like, because I even asked, what moves, into this Empress energy? What changes things that moves in the Empress energy? And you have 3 Six of Swords. The one on the bottom of the deck. And here's the Four of Cups, ignoring things. The Sun card. You do have the Queen of Swords again, cutting things out, defending yourself, blocking the energies. But when I asked this, that was just at the bottom of another deck, what moves into this Empress energy? Moving on mentally to a new beginning, a new lucrative beginning, like moving on, not being in a lack mentality. Because regardless whether some of you, this person is supposed to mature and come back around, or they're not, and this is just something like you're waiting on and you're not moving on and not realizing that there's actually better possibilities for you that are coming your way, that it's not this person, that it was actually a lack mentality. It's still to move on and do your thing and not sit there and wait, because it's going to just turn you into an energy that you're not really going to like. Whether they come back or not, I mean, it's not a good option either way. So no waiting, get on with doing your stuff, date if you even want to. I would also, because the abundant energies that are with you, work on creative and work type things, because it's really going to pay off with you, which I think is also going to increase your vibration even more and bring about what you want anyways, in all ways. So, that makes sense. Anyway, yeah. Anyways, and then in all ways, abundance will come. You get what I'm saying? In your likely future, you have the Two of Pentacles. So, really balanced, but really weighing out this decision. Kind of like a should I, shouldn't I? Just like what's in your thoughts. Do I put myself in an uncomfortable position and move on and see what that path brings? Or do I sit here and wait and see what that path brings? And so here you are again weighing it out. Why are you sitting here weighing it out? Well, for one, because you didn't make an actual decision. That's why. For two, because this still isn't here. So you're still being forced to sit in this position of should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Waiting on this new beginning, like this to crack open this new beginning here. I mean, it's pretty clear which way it should go, but you really gotta either balance those twins out, stop being in a lack mentality, or just do it and just trust in the process of nothing is happening right now. And you can't even trust in that, because say it comes, for a second, you don't stop everything because of that. There's no reason to sit there and wait. Or not, mentally move forward and do your own thing and learn and grow and create and become an empress. Become something that's I don't know. If you're a knight and they're a knight, I guess you are on the same level, but it seems to me like you want to rise to an empress. You know, you want them to mature, so if you want them to mature, you've got to continue maturing too. And it seems to me like, you know, you're not. You're getting kind of stuck, and there's a lot of abundant energies for you. And you basically have two paths. I mean, I know there's like the Three of Wands, which is like 3, but I think you actually do have the Two of Wands somewhere, though. Oh, over here. So you have like the 2, 3, 4, 5 of Wands. You have like a progression going on, a spiritual progression. This whole thing is for your spiritual progression. How you see yourself. So you have the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. I don't think you see yourself as doing all that well. I mean, you see yourself as being stuck too. Clarifying this is the 3 of Cups. So you're really stuck in your mind and just not really feeling that well, kind of playing in a very victim mentality as well, maybe. But kind of in an illusion. Like maybe even telling yourself, like, no, I'm doing better. I'm transforming. Like you're just daydreaming and kind of in la la land and stuck with that. Like you're not seeing things properly. I mean, that's like the clearest way to put it. Like you're not seeing things properly. And all you're really thinking or focusing on is this either good time, reunion, I don't know, maybe you're drinking a lot or partying a lot or having friends a lot, like distracting yourself. Maybe you're trying to go out and have a good time to distract yourself. I don't really know. But there's something you're not seeing things properly. What's in your environment is you have the 10 of Swords. You have, clarifying that, the 6 of Cups reversed. So it's done. So not only is somebody else possibly done, or they're seeing this situation as being done, you know, they don't have good memories of it, or this whole soulmate situation is done mentally, physically, whatever. And so what I was asking when I was shuffling just now, because I wanted to know, is why is this environment the 10 of Swords? And it's because somebody walked away. Somebody left somebody else standing there. It's very likely that this is the other person. It could be you. But because this person is coming up as the Page of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, and this is the Page of Wands, I mean, they don't look too happy about having walked away. I don't know, but maybe they went on their own journey. Maybe they left and went on a journey to start a journey of their own, because they had to go on their own journey. And I don't know, maybe you're trying to wait on them coming back, or they do come back saying that they see things now, they've learned their lesson, you know, apologizing, wanting to make things right, and wanting to start a new beginning and a commitment with you. But there is something deceptive about that, possibly. It may not be for everybody, but it's just weird that it's sitting right on the deceit card. And, you know, because here's, you know, the deceit card, adjacent possibilities, like seeing the other possibilities, but not, and then woman holding a heart. So this person may also, I think this is both. I think you're not seeing other possibilities of this true happiness you're looking for. It's like you're holding them to that. And you've always been there possibly. And now this person, well, I'll pull some cards on it and ask, but maybe possibly, you know, maybe they've been up to some stuff. They're left out in the cold or whatever, but they're not seeing maybe other possibilities, and you're there. Maybe you've always been there. You've always been waiting. Why would this Knight of Wands come back? The deceit. Why would this Knight of Wands come back with the deceit? I don't know if they've healed or not. They have the King of Swords with Temperance. Maybe they've made a decision about a Sagittarius, but I feel like they've figured something out, or they've seen something and maybe had is either seeking a level of balance, because they do have the Justice too, which could be about balance, and then Temperance about balance. Because they have Wheel of Fortune. I mean, under the deck is Wheel of Fortune. So again, like learning a lesson. There's something about a lesson. Maybe karma has hit them, but they are on, they're like looking within on where they should go. Maybe they realize they made some bad decisions. And now they're trying to offer things to you for stability and balance. They might have either get caught or have gotten caught. Some stuff got found out and came to light. They were like, yeah. They were greedy, guarded, all about themselves, blocking off their heart. And you have the Justice situation, Justice card again, with the Two of Cups. I think a situation for them might have ended. Where they either ended it, it's a possibility they ended it, but I don't think so. I think that some type of karma may have came to them on the way that they were being. It's caught up with them. And I don't know, either they're not seeing any other lucrative possibilities right now, except for you. That's not to say that, like, you're not good enough. You get what I'm saying, though? Like, that, they're trying to maintain, you know, so they're in a, like, self-preserving position. They're not looking of love or value, it's what's worth it or what's not. It's in a very, just 3D, what's best for me, either money, security, ego-wise, or whatever. It's not so much value. What would this Knight of Wands intention be with Gemini if they come back? What would Knight of Wands intention be with Gemini as they come back? I think they're going to come across, it's very much a lesson here. This, like, keeps coming up. And then you have the Ace of Cups, also the Hierophant. Page of Wands, somebody walking away. Temperance, Empress. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're not eventually going to learn their lesson. I don't know, but it's fresh, so that's not great grounds, just so you know. Like, you don't get right out of that and then, like, just, you know, you're done. Like, all those years of developing it takes time to undevelop it, even when you see it. Because even when you see most of it, you still don't see all of it, and then you still gotta unwrap a lot of those things and stand the test of time to see whether or not you're really going to do it. It's just like an addict, you know what I mean? You're like, no, I see it, I want this and this, but it's through the hard times is really that test of saying, do you stick with the hard time and get through it and wait for the sun to eventually come up, or do you stick the needle in your arm, or whatever your thing is? You get what I'm saying? But I think they're going to come across like they're like, I've been doing some soul searching, and I wanted to get, I want to have an even take. I want balance. I want blah, blah, blah. I want this with you. You know, even reciprocal. You get what I'm saying. Let's do this and let's do it right this time. I've been doing it balanced. But what's really the kind of, I don't want to say intention behind it, but what the energy really is behind it, whether they know it or not, is the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. So not only is this like a very like argumentative, defensive, just like energy, but not, you also have competition, but you also have one person standing and all the rest sitting. So only knocking people down. This is probably the same type of stuff that got this person in this situation in the first place. So, I mean, again, I don't know if this is where they'll always be. But this is their energy if they come to you. Knight of Swords and Five of Wands. Not good. Not good at all. Especially if they just got out of a relationship. Like, technically, the chances are they probably got, like, out of a long-term one or a divorce or something. But they're not in a good energy. Especially if you're not coming at them from a more balanced mind or trying to. But they've got a lot of pent-up, hostile type energy and ego and pride, and there's going to be other people, and you're not going to be able to speak your truth and be who you are. They're going to want to knock you down. And this is either what they're going to present, or maybe they'll end up this way. But if you're not who you are, in a healthy place yourself, they're not going to be, or they're not going to be with you. This is something where somebody needs to come, especially if this has been together and then they split off and went somewhere else or whatever. Like, this has to be proved. This has to be shown, and they're this energy on their own, not with somebody else. Not, this is what I'm going towards. I mean, unless they're like actively highly pursuing it and they've been doing it for a while, but to where this person has been able to maintain on their own for a substantial amount of time. And just even being friends, like, not just like, because, I mean, their energy, that's not their energy. This isn't anything like their energy. This is their energy. This is not evolved. This is not, you know, loving. This is not an equal balance. This is not soul searching. This is very ego 3D, fear-based mentality. This is what you want, and this is why they're going to present this to you. Or it's probably what they want to. I don't really know. But do they want it bad enough to go through the stuff to get it? And hopefully for the Geminis watching my channel, they are walking that journey. And you're walking this journey. They should be willing to walk this journey too. Why would you walk this journey and then invite these energies into your life that are just going to deplete everything you did? You're going to have to go through it all over again, and it's going to contradict everything you're doing. You have to let your ego, you know, let go of some of this stuff and not want it just because you want it, maybe. Or not want it just because maybe they make a certain amount of money, or their sex is really good, or you had them at one time and then they left you and made you think you weren't good enough, so you got to get them back just to prove you're good enough, or whatever it is. They're like your father or your mother, or your mind is manipulated to think that you want it due to the push-pull thing. I don't even know. Or even if you think they're a spiritual relationship of someone you're supposed to be with, like, none of that matters. And I don't think that always matters too, because sometimes spiritual relationships, they feel really strong, like it's meant to be, but they're supposed to be that way to teach you a lesson. It's supposed to be that strong sometimes in order to get you to go through some of the soul journey stuff you're supposed to go through. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that is a reality. So that's why they always say during like Soulmate and Twin Flame and all those other type of things, release expectation, because you don't know. You could be sitting there like, well, that was a nasty trick from the universe. But what work did you do because of it? You did this work. I hope. So please keep that in mind if or when this person does come back, that their energy is not in the same vibration of yours, or to make sure that it is. And if they're coming and showing or saying that it is with this Six of Pentacles and the Hermit card, that they're able to show that over a period of time. I would say, honestly, like at least 6 months. And I mean 6 months where it's like there's no red flags, there's no push to date, like you guys are just friends, you're getting to know each other, they're maintaining completely on their own. You're able to see the ins and outs of what they're doing. They're not weird with their phone, like just no red flags. And even then you could start to move forward, but slowly. But really just seeing, I mean, you shouldn't even have to go that long, honestly. No matter what somebody is showing, just listen to how you feel. Your intuition. Geminis have great intuition. They're very great about seeing other people. They're great mirrors. Scorpios are too, but Geminis are very great mirrors. A lot of earth signs are too. How do you feel? You know, what are you seeing? Are they acting like everything is great, but you feel anxious around them? You don't feel anxious any other time, but you feel anxious around them, which they could just be nervous around you, but no. There's usually an underlying, you'll feel it. You know what I'm saying? Look for inconsistencies. Like, not only is this going to be your energy and their energy, you're going to feel these inconsistencies within their own energies. So this is you and them, but it's also them. They're clashing. You're going to feel that. So just pay attention. How they see you is you have the Sun card. And clarifying that, you have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So with this particular Sun card, I feel like they're looking at you like, well, you started to realize some things. But also, I think that they think you're really just like focusing on yourself and what's best for you, improving your health. Like, he's sitting there, he's getting stronger and meditating and the flowers and just the beauty and the abundance. Maybe you do have a new relationship you're focusing on, but I more get like this is you focusing on you and strengthening yourself and connecting and, like these are like antennas and listening to your intuition. Like you're just, like, this is very much a very connected card, a self-loving, a self-improving and growing card. Health. Maybe working on your health. Working on making yourself a better person. Spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And because of that, you may not be willing to work with them right now at this moment. Which maybe also, like, may cause them to actually then come towards you. So, I don't know. And maybe that's why you realize you have to do this and focus on yourself and not work with them to make yourself better and get yourself in a better spot because of the fact that this is how you feel. This is what you're sitting. You're like, mentally, I feel screwed. I'm in la la land. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know what's best for me anymore. Like, I'm feeling all these things, but this is contradicting this. And, maybe some of you are twin flame. Like, are they my twin flame? Are they this? Are they my karmic? It's kind of like that song that's like, I don't know if this is wrong. I don't want to be right. Or, there's this one song that's like, I don't know. I can't remember the words, but it's kind of like, if you're so bad for me, if our love is tragic, why are you my remedy or something like that? You probably know what I'm talking about, where it's like, why does it feel so wrong, but yet you make it feel so right, or you put me so right, or whatever. And it's very beautiful and romantic, but at the same time, it's very codependent and very addictive in nature. There's very much a push-pull dynamic to that. And there very much is a lot that needs to be healed there if that is the type of dynamic and this is what you're feeling. You're like, oh my God, yeah, that's great. If they come running, that makes me feel good. But then when they leave, I'm like this. And they always seem to leave. Which means it's not something healthy. They're supposed to show you this. Could it be healed and get better between the two of you? Sure, maybe. Especially if you're twins. Actually, not even especially if you're twins. Like, that doesn't always hold true for twins. So, maybe. But either way, you have to walk that journey. And if it does, great. That's the icing on the cake. If it doesn't, then you're in a pretty good boat and abundance is coming in always to yourself anyways. But you're really realizing, like, I really need to get myself straight. I really do. For one, there's energies coming I need to take advantage of, but for me to be sitting in this spot where I'm all in my head, I'm not doing very good, maybe playing victim or thinking you're a victim, it's all about your mind, but just stuck and not doing great, and you're in an illusion, in a fantasy, in a dreamland, and you're realizing stuff is not adding up. Who knows? Maybe this person's energies, honestly, are your energies too. Maybe you guys are mirroring that much, and you're feeling the confliction of that something's off and something's not feeling right. And you're like, I really got to pull back. And this could be also why it's in your conscious. Like, maybe you have already put yourself in an uncomfortable situation because you're trying to get to this Empress level. Excuse me. But at the same time, another part of you is still waiting. And that part's getting kind of fed up. Wanting to cut it off. And it's getting pretty stuck and you don't like it. So again, it kind of matches this with how you feel too. Like, this Seven of Cups would be a lot, with the way this card looks, a lot like an Empress, like, woo, like amazing, abundant, lovely energy. Like, she's just having a grand old time and the world is her oyster. And then, like, this is the Queen of Swords energy. So it's actually matching with what's crowning your reading. And that's probably why you have decided not to work with them or meet with them, and why you're focusing on yourself, because you're realizing there's something's not right and there's a lot of conflicting energy. And it's really getting to you, like, you've got to focus on something new, especially yourself. And maybe even your money, like the door to value. And then that brings you this Sun card, which is where you're sitting. And then there's your door to romance. So maybe you're just wanting to focus on yourself, maybe even your money, but yourself first, to get yourself right, because you're like, I don't even know why I'm sitting here waiting on somebody else. I got to do me. I'm not even in a good spot myself. I'm not even fit to be with anybody. Honestly. And I don't know, maybe that's why you're resonating with this person, is because they're not fit to be either. Maybe you guys can grow together. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. What's in your hopes and fears is you have the Four of Swords. So it's like, well, clarifying that is you have the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles reversed. So you kind of want to go be in hibernation mode right now. You're like taking one last look back. Am I sure? Did I see something wrong? Are you sure you're not coming? Never mind, it doesn't matter. And then you want to turn around and go in your cave and hopefully not look back. Or maybe if you go in there, then they'll come. But, and I think that's a small percentage and a small part of you still thinking that way, because that part is still healing out. But I think even more than that, it's like, I get this vibe. You know, it's like bittersweet. And it kind of makes me want to cry thinking about it. But I just want to have one last look at my reality before I go in hibernation mode and transform into changes. Like, you heal, your mind heals and moves on. Like this, I don't know what it is. It's a gopher, a beaver, I don't even know. But it looks sad. It's kind of like reminiscing a little bit, like you know you have to leave it behind. It's not working for you anymore. It's not serving you. It's not benefiting you in any way. And a lot of the things in the winter months are about reflecting, like going and reflecting about what actions you've taken, what's worked, what hasn't, and what you need to change and bring into the new year to have a more abundant year. That's what you're supposed to do every year to grow. People just don't do that. They focus on other things during those times. Most people don't reflect when they're supposed to. That's the whole reason why the energies get you in a more solitude type of thing, is you're supposed to reflect on things. And this is what you're going to do. And I think you know that things are going to change, and that they're not going to be the same again. Maybe life as you know it will never be the same again. And on one hand, that excites you. But on the other hand, it's kind of sad, it's bittersweet, and you're like, I just want to have one last look. And then you turn around and you go in this hole. You do your little thing until the seasons change. And you're changing and morphing in that meantime. And you choose to let go and emotionally evolve and heal. Mind-body balance. because you're realizing that, at least at this moment with the way things are, this other person contributes, is probably the main contributor. They're not responsible for it. You are. But they are the main contributor to you being out of balance. And as long as they are the way they are, it's going to be that way. And you know that. Like, you know that. That's why you're sitting there in the Sun card. Like, you know that you're out of balance. And that's why you have the Hangman with the Empress, because you're doing something that is uncomfortable and that, as of right now, like, you don't want to do. You wish it wasn't this way, but it is. And you're making yourself do what you really don't want to do. Because I'm not going to say you have to, you have another choice, but you don't. Not if you want to be sitting in this spot, you don't. Not if you want to be sitting in the Emperor spot, you don't. And you know that. Enough's enough. What's in your likely outcome? You have the King of Cups, which is what you were hoping to go for. You know, that leveling up, the mental, emotional balance and healing. And you have the Six of Swords. Moving forward. You could go travel, I guess, but mentally moving forward. From what? The Three of Swords energy. It's about coming to realize, I'm not going to hold these cards up for the sake of time, but that this Four of Wands energy you want, it's confirmed also in other cards here. This Four of Wands energy that you've been thinking of, which is why you have this daydreamy Seven of Cups, like not seeing things correctly energy, and why it's been keeping you stuck in this Eight of Swords is, here's Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups. It's not real. It's not good. It makes you feel sad and isolated. It was never what you thought it was. And had you been integrated and known what you really wanted and not been in a fear-based mentality and been willing to look for and see correctly and go after what it is that you really want, and now you know what you really want because you know who you are and you're integrated and you're not going off your fears and your wounds, but you're actually going off what you want and you're willing to wait for that and not rush it and be with somebody who's not and try to make them fit, or look past the red flags because you're trying to make them fit and they're close enough. Maybe you can tweak the rest. But meanwhile, thinking they're close enough, they couldn't be farther from it. This Four of Wands energy you were always thinking of was actually this energy. And like I said, I don't know if it'll change or not. I'm not going to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell the future. It's up to this person's free will and what they go through. But it's about you releasing this burden. Like, you're almost done. And moving forward. Having the strength, but moving on from this conflict. Like, you don't want a relationship anymore where you're looking at each other like this, like it's a competition. You want one where, you know, you're willing to wait for the right time of when it actually is this, in this Six of Cups. When it actually does bring you this togetherness, this abundance, with like-minded people in this new beginning. Something that makes you feel strong and passionate and like you're on the right path. And not only are you on the right path, but, I mean, it's hot and it's sexy. But it's both. It's hot, sexy, you're on the right path, it's healing, and it also makes it to where you can also go within and find out who you are at the same time. You can express your intuition. You're just, it heals you past this and brings you to this. A love that is where you're supposed to be will heal you and transform you. A love like this that it seems like you are chasing, it does transform you. But this type of one, and this is why it's probably actually more karmic, or at least a karmic phase, is because it heals you through destruction, which is just as much healing, but it heals through destruction and sabotage. More of a something that's good for you, or a life partner type thing, will heal you through love, through forgiveness, through trust, through support, through being here with you. So just remember that. I don't think any energy would really ever want us to stay in one that is always like that. Those are usually those relationships that are seasonal, that we try to make lifetimes, that are the ones that we have to strip out our complete identities or adopt identities that are not our own to stay in them. And no relationship that you're supposed to be in, especially one long-term, will ever ask you to do that. It will be one that you'll feel comfortable. Like you would be able to stand there just naked, and you know what I mean, metaphorically. In all ways. And be seen. And if you weren't, you wouldn't even care. It actually helps you blossom and become abundant. And it actually turns you into this empress. A relationship you're supposed to be in, you don't have to fight to be the empress. You become the empress. Either on your own or in a relationship that is good for you like this. If it makes you and tears you down into something else where it puts you in this energy, that's seasonal to learn the lesson. And Geminis, I hope and I feel that you have seen this lesson. I don't know if this person will come back for a lifetime, but as of right now, they have served their seasonal duty in the karmic part of your life. It's now time to see the possibilities and to expand and grow, transform and change, and to connect those two parts of yourself and become integrated to have mind and body harmony, mind and heart and mind healing, to be on the same page, to where your heart and your mind are on the same page. And that's where you go. That's where all this led you to. So now I'm going to read a couple of oracle cards for you, and then I'll pull your animal spirit card and we'll be done. You have, for 3 of your oracle cards, is from death comes rebirth. What comes around, the 3 fates, past, present, future. And you have the signs are with you already. Snow angel. Like you know what you're supposed to do. You've been working too hard, thinking too much about this. It's been blocking you from being yourself. The energies are coming to assist you to clean yourself in your energy. This person may swing back around because of that. And there may be a little conversation or altercation between the two of you where you really see things. You're possibly not going to really be with it anymore, like as far as the situation or person. And you're ready to transform. I mean, there may be a lot of chaos, a lot of changes going on around you. You may have to release certain things or change certain things because of the releasing of this. But it's an important end and a new beginning. one that you can now be thankful for this situation, including the end of it, if that's where it goes. Because of where it leads you. You see the karmic, at least in this point of your life, you see the karmic, reason and part to it. Not seeing it so much from your wounds anymore, but from a spiritual perspective. Working with Kali is extremely powerful, but it is work we all do and all must do. If you have drawn this card, you are working with the energy of fire, of the dancing mother goddess, who will teach you how to go through the change you have been resisting and feeling was too much, and who will purify and change everything. You must not stay with this energy. Movement is essential for working with her, and her fierce nature is in fact a test of your own strength. Can you do what needs to be done and still dance? Can you rejoice in the purification of stale energy? Can you walk forward without hesitating? Can you say yes to what will come for you on the other side of Kali's fire? And will you wear your lessons proudly as she does her necklace, and know that this death is an incarnation within an incarnation, a new life within this lifetime, born of fire? And I don't know if I'll read the whole one of the three fates, 26. You may have been enjoying your own life's reruns lately, wallowing through the memories and feeling sad, bittersweet, and nostalgic about the good old days, whenever they were exactly. You know what? It's fine to muse on the past. Your memories are precious and do need to be tended. But it's another thing altogether to be filled with regret, wishing you'd done things differently. Life is a constant do-over. You get a fresh chance every second you are alive. So stop beating yourself up. You have an opportunity to heal, to clear, to no longer feel sad about the same thing anymore. You can do things differently. You are not a prisoner of how they've always been done. What you have done, even if you judge it to be a mistake, can be reworked and learned from. That is its wisdom. You are so not alone. We all have karmic lessons, themes, stories that seem to repeat. Learn from this. Be aware of what is taking place as a fateful encounter to master life. If you take this approach, you'll be all the richer for learning, wise, free, and able to help others too. And I mean, like I said, you're getting all these signs. Like, you know what you're supposed to do. And then the other two cards you got is Autumn, Watchtower of the West, and Broomstick, Clearance. Which is funny because behind that is Ritual, Invocation, and then Prosperity. So it's like clearing out this energy, invocation brings in the energy of prosperity. So for the West. So Watchtower of the West brings you regeneration. I'm not going to hold this the whole time. As it works in conjunction with the element of water. By visiting the Watchtower of the West, you are being assisted to enhance your psychic abilities as your emotions heal and become balanced. Which is funny because when I first laid this spread, I felt a very magical, kind of witchy, but magical kind of vibe. So enhance your psychic abilities as your emotions heal and become balanced. Whilst nature starts to turn within itself, reflect on where you have been and what has been done during the preceding months. Allow water to wash over you to achieve harmony, inner peace, and tranquility. The West will open your heart and rein in any oversensitivity. Connect with the king and queen of this season and receive a much-needed cleansing and healing on all levels. The color blue represents the element of water. It should be used in accordance with your magical workings at this time of dusk. Autumn brings emotions to the surface in association with the card that flanks this one. Look deep within to determine what really matters. The old ways that you have viewed yourself and others are falling away. Don't let your sensitivity get the best of you. Time for some peace and inner work. Time for you. And then you have Broomstick, clearance. And you are in urgent need to create space for energies you are calling upon in order for them to take their rightful place. You wonder why your spell work has dimmed, why all you have asked for has not yet been made manifest. The answer is that the stench of clutter surrounds you. It's time for a clearing, for magic needs space in order to be birthed. So get rid of all that you no longer need and is not aligned with who you are today. Clean up, sort out the trash, donate to charity, rearrange furniture, and create some sacred space so you can work, feel at peace, and connected. Call upon your trusted friend, Broomstick, to move Widdershins as it sweeps away the unnecessary contents of your mind, removing the constant eternal chatter that has prevented you from clearing the voice of spirit clearly. Out with the old and in with the new. That's the way the witches do. Stale energies are preventing you from receiving and moving forward. Time for a clean spring cleaning. Only keep around that which makes you feel positive. Meditate and pray to clear your mind, clean up your act, purify your thoughts and actions. So definitely a lot of like clearing your space energy. Okay, so we'll do an animal spirit card and then we will be done. Gemini. No, not October. December 2018. January 2019. So you have ant, which is about patience. And you have grouse. It's funny, there was a bird on my fence not long ago that looked like this. I don't know. Which is about sacred spiral. So I think I will read both of them. So ant can carry a leaf over hundreds of miles just to get it back to the anthill. I have my window open. I hope that's not too loud. Ants in Africa will strip a forest bare when food is scarce, if it takes them a year. Ants' medicine is the strategy of patience. Ant is a builder like beaver, is aggressive like badger, has stamina like elk, scrutiny like mouse, and giveaway like turkey. Every ant in an anthill is part of the ant group mind, as all the ants work for the queen ant and the hive. Self-sacrifice is a part of ant medicine. Greater than ants' other medicines, however, is patience. Ant people are active, community-minded folks who see the greater future needs of their town. Ant people are planners like squirrel and are content to see their dreams being built a little at a time. In today's society, that is a rare quality. In the desert, one type of ant will burrow a conical hole with its apex at the bottom. The ant will cover itself and patiently wait for some unsuspecting insect to fall in. As the sand crumbles, the prey eventually falls to the bottom, only to find ants' open jaws. Patience does have its rewards. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory at the end of the line. There is never a concern about going without. If they are late for the opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better is available. That's cool. It's like a lot of what I was saying. If you have ant medicine, you eat slowly and deliberately and are content in knowing that what is yours will come to you. This knowing is good medicine. It shows a trust in the universe to provide. If ant meandered into your spread today, it is time to show a little trust and patience in some life situation. You may have forgotten that you will always receive that which you need at the time you need it most. If it is not on the horizon or just around the next anthill, you may need to use some strategy. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives, whatever it means to you at this time? Ant is working for the good of the whole. Are you? If you are, be assured that the whole wants the same goodness for you and that it will be provided. Whole meaning W-H-O-L-E. And then Kraus, or Cruz, I don't know how you say it. Once flocked in abundance throughout North America, but now even on the plains where these birds were so plentiful, there is an absence of them. Many plains Indian tribes dance the grouse, I'm just going to say it that way, dance to honor these birds. The movement of the dance follows a spiral, which is the ancient symbol of birth and rebirth. That's crazy. Death and rebirth. The ribbed tunnel of eternal return. The sacred spiral is also one of the oldest known symbols for personal power. When you think of grouse medicine, visualize a whirlpool or even a tornado, for the sacred spiral will take you to the center. The spiral is a metaphor for personal vision and enlightenment. Many initiates, on vision quest paint spirals on their bodies and believe in the great mystery will favor them with visions of power and purpose beyond or because of this symbol. Many initiates of vision quest paint spirals on their bodies and believe that the great mystery will favor them with visions of power and purpose because of this symbol. The whirling dervishes of certain Sufi. These things always make me feel like I'm so illiterate. Orders are of certain the whirling dervishes of certain Sufi, S-U-F-I, orders are masters of the spiral dance and can transcend to higher states of awareness through the repetition of this sacred movement. It is said that dervishes can travel to the center of the spiral and return with any magical power they choose. In the dervish state, one enters the great silence and has direct communication with the creator by spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. The dervish draws or repulses specific energies. Sufi dancing is a system which connects one with the divine source through ritual treatment of motion. If you have grouse medicine in your cards, undertake a meditation on the various qualities of movement within your world. Begin by visualizing the sun as one member of a huge group of stars swirling in the massive pinwheel shape of the Milky Way. Then draw yourself out of this pinwheel of light and into the spiraling of your own DNA double helix, an arrangement similar to a rope ladder coiled like a corkscrew. Analyze the way you move through the world. How do you picture yourself in the act of locomotion? What kind of reaction do you create with the energy you send into the universe? What words would you use to describe the way you move through both the material and spiritual worlds? In the final analysis, is your movement compatible with your greatest desires and goals? Many spiritual disciplines ask that you cease all external movement in order to recognize the inner life. Grouse medicine, however, is an invitation to the dance. Grouse celebrates the divine source through its sacred spiral dance and offers this dance to you as a gift. You could spend a lifetime learning Grouse's lesson on how to harmonize your dance with Mother Earth's cycles and how to offer the dance as a creation of selfless beauty. So, look within, and is what you're doing and creating in this life and in your everyday life matching with what you're wanting to manifest and whatever else that thing said. Rewind it and listen to it if you need to. And also have patience. Don't be in a lack mentality. Know that what is yours will come to you. And if something doesn't come, something better is coming. So I love you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. Thank you for all those that help with this channel. Again, if you're interested in readings, to help with this perspective, to help get you through this, any advice, any blocks, anything like that, hit me up for a reading. Don't forget about the special for November and December and January. November's already gone. So December, January, I'm extending it to. Any information for readings, emails, PayPal, donations, anything like that, description box below. So I love you guys. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.